Okay, so welcome to this tutorial, and we are gonna be looking at the chain rule for partial derivatives. But in this case, we are going to be looking at where the functions in which the first function is defined. In that case, we're talking of w. So in question one, we have w being equal to x y. I don't want to use question one. Okay, let's use question two instead of one. Part B, I mean. So we say W is e to the, then you have 2xy, you have sine, then you have 2x plus y. So W is defined in this, and it's a function of what? Of x and y. So now the chain rule for partial derivatives, which we're going to look at here, is the function x and y, which has in for this case has been defined with two variables. You can see that x is 2t plus u, and you have that y is t squared minus u. So they have two different what? They have two variables. It has been defined as a function of what? Of t and u. Y also has been defined as a function of what? Of t and u. So now this one, how do we then go about it? And of course, they've told us here to find the partial of t, partial of partial of what? Partial of t, partial of u, or the other one. So we see that here we are only dealing with a case where there's t and u, so meaning we should only find partial of w with partial of t, partial of w, partial of what? Partial of u for this one. So how is this going to look? So partial of w, partial of t, this is going to be, so you have the function, so this function partial of w, you are going to get the partial derivative here with respect to what? To x first of all. Then you go into the x function, meaning you get partial of x, then with respect to what now? Partial with respect to t, like that. Then you add again plus partial of t with respect to y, and the y, then you are saying partial of that with respect towards to the t. This is when we're going for the t. Then for the u, meaning it's going to be partial of w over partial of what? Of u is just going to be partial of w over partial of x over partial of u plus partial of w over partial of y, then partial of y over partial of what? Partial of u. This here is what we're going to use in order uh, to find the partials, these partial of w over partial of t. But this is just the chain rule, because I have this function here defined in terms of x and y. But then after I differentiate that function, because the function is also defined in terms of another function, I go further then differentiate it again. So that is just the chain rule there. So how are we going to go about this? So let me erase this. So let me erase this part. Okay, so now we have that. So what we have is, what we first want to then get, meaning each individual part. So we get partial of w with partial respect to what? To x. It means what we have, the w, which is just e to the 2xy sine 2x plus y. I have to differentiate this with respect towards to x. But see, there are two functions, this one and that one there. So it means I have to go at product rule. So, and you see product rule, I differentiate the first part, meaning I have e to the 2x to the power. In the power, I have to differentiate with respect to x. Then I multiply that. So differentiate this with respect to x. I will remain with what? With 2y. So I multiply here by the 2 what? 2y. Then I write out my sign, 2x plus y. I do nothing to it, plus, then the next one means I keep the first part constant, so e to the 2xy. Then I differentiate this sign here. Differentiate the sign, you get cosine. So you get cosine, then 2x plus y. But then there's this function here. So chain rule again. I differentiate what is inside here with respect to x. Then I get that is just going to give me what? That is going to give me 2 here. So I have 2 there. Now notice how this is going to be. You have a 2 there. You have a 2 there. You have e to the 2xy, you have e to the 2xy. You can factor out that. So I factor out the 2e to the 2xy. Then for the first part, I remain with what? I remain with y sine 2x plus y, like that. Then plus in the second part, I just remain with what? Cosine 2x y. This is what I remain with, like that. So this is what I get for the first one. Then now I do now partial of what? I have to find now partial of w with partial of what? Of y. So I have to find this. So what do I get then? So for this one now, you see now you'll be dealing with what? You're dealing with y. You're dealing with y. So both of them also have y. So when you do that, you do e to the x. So e to the 2x, I differentiate that first part. Now differentiate this with respect to y. You remain with 2x, so the 2x will come here. Then the other part, sine 2x plus y, I just write it here. Then plus you keep the first one, you keep that constant 2x y, like that. Then differentiate that there, you're going to get that is cos 2x plus y. Then you differentiate this inward function, the 2x plus y, with respect to y. You just remain with what? With 1 there, since you just have y. Differentiate y, you remain with 1. So I just leave it the way it is here. So now you see there's something common, that is the e to the 2x y. It's common. Then here I'll have 2x sine 2x plus y is going to remain. Then I have plus the cos 2x plus y, like that, is going to what? Is going to remain. So that remains there. So I have these two things here, very important. Now I need to get the other one, which is now what I need to get is what? Partial of what? Of x with respect to what? To t. Partial of x with respect to t. So meaning I look at my function x, I differentiate it with respect to t. So I just get there that I'll have that is going to be, so my x is t squared. Here it's t squared plus 2 2u squared. So there t squared just differentiates to 2t. Then I have to also get the partial of y, partial of t. This here, I look at my y, t squared is there. I have t squared, so 2 by the 2 gives me 4. Reduce the power, I remain with this here, so 4t. Of course, because further on I'm finding also for u, so I need to get readily the partial of x respect to u. That is going to be, so I look at a function here. I have 2u squared, so the 2u squared just have that to be 4u there. Then t y with respect to u, I mean the partial of y respect to partial of u, there is going to be, I look at my y function, u, I'll just get negative 2u, like that. The next here is just plug and chug and clean it up. So keep these here, we're gonna use them. So this is what we're going to use, but I will erase this part. Okay, so I erase this part here. So now, yeah, what are we going to find? First, let's find the partial of w. That's partial of what? Of t. And this here is going to be, so I get the first part. The first part, which we said partial of w, partial of what? Of x. Then that part we are multiplying with what? We are multiplying with this partial of what? Of 2t there. So in short, I have the 2e to the 2xy, then I have y sine, then I have 2x plus y, then plus cos, here cos 2x plus what? Plus y. Then I close here, and this here then multiplying this by what? By the 2t. So I can see that this will just give me that will give me a 4 there. But then I add plus, what am I doing now? The second one, which was e to the 2xy, then I have 2x here sine, then 2x plus y, then I have plus, this is cos 2x plus y, like that. Then I close that one. So what is this going to be? Multiplying, of course, I am multiplying by what? By this 4, the 4t there. So this here, clean it up, it's just going to be multiply there, you get the 4t, the first part, 4t e to the 2xy, then that leaves you with the now you notice, yeah, that's gonna leave you with the y here sine 2x plus y, then plus cos, you have 2x plus y, then I close that one there. Plus, of course, the 4 here is going to multiply with that, you get 4t e to the 2xy, then you have 2x sine the 2x plus y plus the cos 2x plus y is going to come there. So now from here I notice that I have something that is what that is common in both of these, which is the 4t e to the 2xy. So I bring that here, so let me erase this part here, and I'm going to have this here. I have the 4t e to the 2xy is common, then this here leaves me with, so I'm going to have y, this is going to be y sine 2x plus y like this, then I have plus the cos 2x plus y like that, then this is just plus what remains here down, that's just 2x sine, then you have 2x plus y like that, then the other part is just plus so that is just plus cos the 2x plus y like that, then I close this here. So I look at this, can I simplify this further? Could I simplify this further? What can I group here? So okay, what could I group here? What can I write together? Oh, so I see I can add these two parts here, they are the same. So you have 4te 2xy, so meaning you remain with just going to have the y sine 2x plus y there, then you have plus the 2x sine 2x plus y here, you add the 2, then that becomes a 2, so meaning plus you have 2 cos 2x plus y, and just like that we have found what we are looking for. Don't think we can simplify this further on, but we just end it here. Okay, now we need to get the partial of w, partial of u also, so I erase u, no longer need you because we found you. Okay, so raising u, then I just get partial of w, partial of u. So what is this going to mean? This then I'm going to be getting the first one we found the partial of w, partial of what, of x, then I'm multiplying it partial of what, partial of x over partial of u, which is the u is here, the 4 that I found. But remember there that in the first one I had a 2, so the 2 multiplied by the 4 is going to give me 8, so I have just, this will be 8 8u, then I have e to the 2x y, then of the y sine 2x plus y, then plus the cos 2x plus y like that, then plus you're adding, but then look, there's a negative here, so when you multiply this by that first thing which we had found, which was the partial of w, partial of y, you get a negative, so that is going to be negative, then I get what, 2 e, that is I mean u e to the 2xy, then with whatever was that, which was the 2x sine 2x plus y, then closing this plus the cos 2x plus y like that, then okay, so this is what I'm going to have like this. So this is what I get. Then from here I can factor out what is common, so I can see a 2u e to the 2x is common in both of the parts, so this leaves me with 4, then I have u sine for the first part, u sine 2x plus y, close, then plus cos, then I have 2x plus y, then I close that one like that, then minus here, minus, what am I going to remain with? I remain with what is there, and that is just the 2x sine 2x plus y close plus cos, then you have 2x plus y like this, then I close that one there, um, and like that. So this is what I have. Can I simplify this, or I can still add these two here, a common, or they're the same, so I can add them. So add them such that I get a value of 2 there. So I'm going to have that this here is just going to be 2e to the 2, there's a y here, then that's 2xy like that, then I close, then that there's just going to be, I'll have 4. So look, if I distribute here, the first part is 4, going to be 4 sine this 4, and that multiplies 4 sine 2x, uh, okay, 4 sine 2 what? Sine 2x, okay, let me keep the 4 outside. So I keep the 4 outside. So I get like this, then I keep the 4 outside. Yeah, plus, then I have y here. Then this here, I just say plus cos 2x plus the y, like that. And how can I further work on this one? So, oh yes, let me distributing was a good thing. Let me just write this again here. So let's distribute the 4. So you distribute the 4, you get 4y sine 2 to the what, to the x plus y here in the first one. Look here, differentiate this 4 here, the 4 here, meaning you're going to have plus 4 cos the 2x plus y like that. But then I know that this here and that one, which is there's a negative here, so this is minus, it's going to be minus cos, because of that negative there, cos 2x plus the y like this, is what I'm going to have. And also this first part here is just negative. Now I write it here, negative 2, 2x sine the 2x plus the y, then I close that. Okay, so now writing this, uh, this here is just going to be equal to 2u e to the 2xy, then I have that will be 4y sine 2x plus the y. I subtract these two here, this just gives me plus or positive 3 cos 2x plus y, then I have the minus 2x sine 2x plus y is going to what, remain there. And like that, I have found my partial of w, partial of u as required. Well, if you're new, remember to hit the subscribe button, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.